Part 1. The Foundation of Inner Peace and the Origin Story. Exploring the Path to True Happiness. 1. The core philosophy, peace first, everything else follows, the beginning of transformation. The teaching of the Buddha. On the journey of life, inner peace is the first step toward true happiness. Is not just a poetic saying but a fundamental and essential principle of life. This philosophy challenges the prevalent modern societal notion where most people seek happiness and fulfillment externally, through success, wealth, fame, or relationships. Buddhism, however, asserts a contrary truth. The source of happiness must be found and cultivated from within. Inner peace, or shanti, in Sanskrit, is not the absence of trouble or challenges in life. It is a state of mind characterized by stillness, acceptance, and compassion, allowing a person to face the chaos of the outside world while maintaining inner balance and wisdom. Buddhist teachings sternly remind us, if there is no peace in the heart, all our actions, decisions, and efforts will be governed by chaos, confusion, and impulsive reactions. A restless mind is like stirred water. Consequently, all reflections, i.e., our perception of the world, are distorted and unclear. In this state, we easily fall into the cycle of lobha, dosa, moha, greed, hatred, and delusion. The Dalai Lama further reinforced this principle with a powerful statement. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. This completely removes the notion of random luck or fate determining our happiness. Happiness is a skill, an art of living, requiring proactiveness, conscious practice, and daily choice. It is this shift from external seeking to internal cultivation that is the first step toward true happiness, a sustainable kind of happiness, unwavering in the face of changing external circumstances. 2. The beginning of mindfulness, the story of Tensin. To illustrate these profound principles, we are led to a pure and ideal setting, a beautiful Tibetan monastery, nestled high in the majestic Himalayas. This is where the venerable master imparts his life philosophy, and where the young man Tensin begins his quest for peace. Life at the monastery is exceedingly simple yet full of wisdom. Simplicity creates space for concentration, and wisdom is transmitted through example and practical lessons. The Lama, renowned for his profound wisdom, teaches not only through words but through his presence. His inner peace is a living testament to the teachings. Tensin, with an open heart and studious spirit, represents any of us yearning for truth. He is willing to learn and apply the principles in daily life, showing that change only comes when knowledge is accompanied by action. 3. Principle 1. The power of social connection and the art of listening. The first principle Tensin learns emphasizes the importance of connecting with the outside world, but in a mindful and intentional way. At the monastery, Tensin participates in communal activities, working together, sharing laughter, telling stories. This is not just a social obligation but a spiritual practice. Connecting with others, sharing moments of reflection and joy, is how one enriches the soul. The meaning of belonging. Humans are social creatures. Isolation is one of the main causes of suffering. Genuine connection brings Tensin a sense of belonging and support, a solid foundation for developing other virtues. The practice of interbeing. Buddhism teaches about interbeing. We cannot exist independently. The joys and sorrows of others directly affect us. Therefore, engaging in community is an extension of one's own peace outwards. Key skill: listening with compassion. A crucial skill accompanying social connection is listening with compassion. Wholehearted listening, mindfulness. When someone speaks, Tensin listens completely, without distraction. Wholehearted listening here is deep listening. This involves putting aside all personal thoughts, predictions, and inner dialogue to be fully present with the speaker. Non-judgment. Most importantly is the practice of non-judgment and not interrupting. Judgment is the biggest obstacle to genuine connection. By suspending judgment, Tensin creates a safe space for others to express themselves, and thereby gains a deeper understanding of them. Listening with the heart. Deep listening is not just hearing information but hearing emotions, pain, and hope. It is a powerful way to express love and respect. Tensin recognizes the immense joy found in the simple act of being present for others, fostering deep and meaningful relationships. 4. Principle 2. True happiness in small actions, daily cultivation. After establishing inner and outer connection, Tensin moves to the second principle, a groundbreaking realization about the nature of happiness. Tensin realizes that true happiness is not found in material possessions or grand achievements. This is the liberation from modern society's greatest delusion. Materialism and achievement bring fleeting joy, but they are not sustainable. Happiness as a seed. Instead, Tensin discovers that happiness is like a seed that needs to be continuously nourished through simple and sincere gestures. This brings the pursuit of happiness back to daily life, rather than placing it in a distant future. The power of small change. These small actions, though seemingly insignificant, have the power to transform not only his own life but the lives of those around him. Great change originates from small, consistent commitments. Tensin applies this principle through two specific practices: smiling and compassion. Every morning, Tensin begins his day with a smile. Psychological impact. He understands that a small smile has a strong psychological impact. It is a conscious act to set a positive state of mind for himself. Spreading joy. By smiling at his fellow monks and the villagers, he creates an environment of warmth and kindness. A smile is a bridge that connects hearts, spreads joy, and establishes harmony in the community. This is the extension of compassion into action. Tensin is always attentive to the needs of others, both in the monastery and in the village. Action and fulfillment. Tensin helps with kind words, selfless acts, or simply by listening. The master teaches him that when a person focuses on the welfare of others, they find a greater purpose and a deep satisfaction. The nature of happiness. Tensin realizes that compassion and empathy are not just virtues, but the key to a happy life. When we reduce self-focus and turn towards others, our suffering naturally diminishes, replaced by selfless joy. The first part established a solid foundation for the journey to inner peace. We moved from the radical philosophy that happiness comes from inner peace through Tensin's story to see how to apply these foundational principles. Shifting from external focus to internal cultivation, establishing deep social connection through deep listening, discovering the source of true happiness in small acts of compassion and daily kindness. Part 2. Cultivating goodness and vitality, the science of giving and inner satisfaction. Part 2 of the transformative journey focuses on building positive and intentional habits to nourish the soul through wholesome actions, profound gratitude, and physical self-care. Having established the foundation of connection and compassion through the initial principles, Tensin continues his personal development by turning moral values into measurable and sustainable daily practices. 1. Principle 3. Devoting time to wholesome actions, karma yoga. The third principle is the extension of compassion mentioned in Part 1 into specific and consistent action. Tensin commits to performing at least one good deed every day without expecting anything in return. The core difference here is selflessness, nishkama karma in yoga. Philosophy. A wholesome action truly brings liberation only when it is performed without attachment to the outcome or recognition. Measuring transformation. Tensin's good deeds are varied and practical. Helping the elderly cross the road, planting a tree, or teaching children to read. What matters is not the scale of the action, but the intention behind it. The goal is to enrich the soul, not the ego. Action as the goal. When Tensin performs these deeds, his heart is filled with joy. This feeling is the immediate intrinsic reward, reminding him that through small gestures, he can make a big difference in the world. This reinforces the belief that every individual, no matter how small, has the power to change their surrounding environment. Responsibility and commitment. The commitment to at least one good deed every day transforms wholesome action from an impulsive act into a responsible spiritual practice. This commitment helps Tensin maintain focus on his core values even on difficult days. The practice of sharing. The third principle is supplemented by the practice of sharing. Tensin not only shares material things, a piece of bread, but also invaluable, intangible things, words of encouragement or his time. The value of giving. Tensin finds deep joy in the act of giving. Sharing resources and knowledge with others helps him realize a profound truth about wealth. True abundance. He understands that true abundance is not measured by what he possesses, but by what he is willing to give away. Community effect. By giving without expecting anything in return, Tensin not only experiences personal satisfaction but also strengthens his connection with the community. Generosity is the glue that binds society, creating a cycle of support and goodness. 2. Principle 4. Appreciating what one has. Profound gratitude. If wholesome action is how we give to the world, gratitude is how we embrace the world and appreciate what we have. Tensin turns gratitude into a daily and systematic practice. Tensin spends a few minutes every morning after waking up and every evening before sleeping to reflect on the blessings in his life. Scope of gratitude. His gratitude is not limited to grand things, but includes the small and mundane, the surrounding nature, health, love and support from friends, and the lessons he has learned. The power of awareness. By focusing on these things, Tensin performs a transformative act, redirecting his mind away from scarcity, anxiety about the future, and regrets about the past, to anchor it in the good that is present. Benefits of gratitude. Tensin's practice of gratitude yields many benefits. Maintaining a positive outlook. This habit helps Tensin keep his focus on the positive side of life. It acts as a filter, helping the mind prioritize noticing good things rather than minor troubles. Countering clinging. When Tensin is grateful for what he has, he reduces the craving for what he does not have. This is a crucial step in escaping attachment, one of the 3 poisons causing suffering. Appreciating daily wonders. Tensin realizes gratitude is the habit that helps him appreciate the daily wonders we often overlook, like a good meal, a meaningful conversation, or the beauty of nature. Gratitude is the key. Ultimately, Tensin understands that gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to a full and happy life. It is a state of sufficiency and contentment, independent of the amount of material assets. 3. Principle 5. Healthy habits. Caring for the body-mind harmony. In Buddhism and Eastern philosophies, the body, physical body, is considered the vessel containing the soul and spirit. Caring for the body is a spiritual act, not just a health responsibility. The 5th principle emphasizes maintaining healthy habits of exercise and rest to ensure balance. Body and mind. Tensin realizes that physical stress and fatigue directly affect mental and emotional states. A healthy body is a prerequisite for a peaceful mind. If the body is exhausted, the mind will easily fall into anxiety and irritability. Yoga and body connection. Tensin practices yoga daily. Yoga is not just exercise, but also a form of moving meditation that helps him enjoy movement and connect deeply with his body. This helps him be present and recognize the body's signals. Importance of sleep. Tensin ensures restorative sleep by adhering to a systematic rest routine. Quality sleep allows the mind to regenerate, helping him wake up refreshed and full of energy, ready to face the day's challenges with calm and clarity. Positive impact on emotions. These healthy habits not only improve physical health but also contribute to Tensin's mental and emotional well-being. Emotional stability. Physical activity helps release endorphins, hormones that bring a sense of pleasure and reduce cortisol, the stress hormone. Physical stability leads to emotional stability. Energy for practice. By maintaining high energy and a healthy body, Tensin has the necessary strength and focus to practice other spiritual principles like meditation and mindfulness more effectively. For summary of Part 2, Building a Positive Self. Part 2 is the stage where theoretical knowledge is transformed into the concrete architecture of a happy and peaceful life. Tensin has built a sustainable system of self-nourishment, cultivating goodness. By giving selflessly and sharing, he experiences deep joy and fulfillment of life purpose. Principle 3. Gratitude. By appreciating the small things, he shifts his perception from scarcity to abundance, counteracting attachment. Principle 4. Body-mind harmony. By caring for his body through yoga and sleep, he ensures a stable energy foundation for the mind. Principle 5. Part 3. Supreme concentration. Mindfulness and meditation, the art of mastering the mind and absolute stillness. Having built the foundation of ethics, compassion, and physical health, as presented in the previous 2 parts, Tensin is ready to enter the deepest phase of transformation, exploring and mastering the inner self through meditative practices. Part 3 focuses on applying core Buddhist principles to achieve eternal serenity. 1. Principle 6. Mindfulness of the present, the here and now. Mindfulness, sati in Pali, is the ability to focus awareness entirely on the present moment, without judgment. This is the most fundamental principle for freeing the mind from the dominance of the past, regret, and the future, anxiety. Developing presence. Through the practice of meditation and mindful activities in daily life, Tensin has developed the ability to live fully total attention in the present moment. Liberation from the stream of consciousness. The human mind is often swept away by an endless stream of thoughts and emotions, known as the monkey mind syndrome. Mindfulness is the anchor that keeps Tensin's mind in the present. He learns to observe his thoughts and emotions without being carried away by them. He sees them as transient phenomena, not his true self. Non-judgment. The aspect of non-judgment is extremely important. When the mind does not label an experience as good or bad, it does not create resistance or attachment. As a result, Tensin can find peace even in the simplest actions. Walking, standing, lying down, sitting, breathing, appreciating beauty. This mindfulness opens a door for Tensin to appreciate the beauty and serenity in the small details of daily life, things that a busy mind often overlooks. Mindfulness as the gateway to inner peace. Mindfulness is the direct starting point leading to peace. By being present, Tensin has cut off the root of suffering, as suffering often arises from living in stories of the past or future scenarios, created by the mind instead of living in reality. An invitation to practice. The teaching invites the listener to abide in the stillness of this moment, to experience the transformative power of mindfulness and radical acceptance. Radical acceptance means accepting reality as it is, without trying to change or resist it. This helps discover the endless source of inner peace deep within the self. 2. Principles 7 and 8. Meditation, the path to absolute stillness. If mindfulness is bringing the mind to the present, meditation is the formal method for training the mind's stability and wisdom. The path to inner peace. Principle 7. Tensin's master imparted a key teaching. Inner peace is not found in the noise of the outside world, but in the silence of your own heart. Redirecting the search. This teaching is a decisive redirection from external searching. It affirms that peace is not something to be bought, won, or found in a physical location, but something that has always existed within each person. Listening to the soul. Tensin, with enthusiasm, begins daily meditation, learning to listen to the gentle whisper of his soul. This is the process of discovering his deepest nature, untainted by concepts and social roles. The magic of meditation. Principle 8. Tensin discovers that meditation is truly a marvelous journey into the inner self. Observing the breath. Sitting quietly and observing the breath is central to the practice. The breath is considered the bridge between body and mind. By following the breath, Tensin maintains focus in the present. The mind as ocean waves. Tensin begins to notice thoughts and emotions come and go like ocean waves or clouds in the blue sky. This is the moment of realizing the impermanence of all psychological phenomena. Non-clinging. The master teaches Tensin not to cling to thoughts, whether negative or positive. This is like standing on the shore observing the waves without jumping into the sea. Liberation. Over time, Tensin feels a deep joy and an unprecedented tranquility. He understands that inner peace does not depend on external fluctuations, the external weather, but on his own attitude and perspective, the ability not to be carried away. This peace is sustainable and unconditional. 3. The spreading of light, the result of inner peace. As Tensin establishes inner peace, it naturally begins to radiate outward to the world around him. Spreading joy, Principle 9, expanded meaning with each passing day. Tensin feels happier and more peaceful. He begins to share his experience with others, inspiring present living. Tensin shares how meditation has helped him discover the beauty in every moment and the importance of living in the present with gratitude. Happiness is a state of being. Tensin realizes a crucial truth. True happiness is not a distant destination, but a state of being that he can cultivate in every moment. This realization allows him to live freely and without worry. Joy in sharing, Principle 10. The 10th principle illustrates the spreading power of peace. One day, Tensin encounters an elderly man who is sad and worried, the highest act of compassion. Tensin does not preach, but invites the man to sit down and meditate together. This is the sharing of action, not theory. Instant. Transformation. As the man breathes deeply, he begins to feel a peace he hadn't known in years. This proves that peace is a psychological state that can be activated instantly through mindfulness. Practice. Humility. The man expresses his gratitude, but Tensin replies with humility. Peace and happiness are within you. You just need to take a little time to find them. This response once again affirms that Tensin is only a guide, and the source of power lies in the man's own inner self. 4. Summary of Part 3, Becoming a Lighthouse. Tensin, through the application of mindfulness and meditation, has become a lighthouse of light and joy. He not only finds inner peace and lasting happiness for himself, but also inspires others to follow his path. Part 3 has shown, mindfulness is the tool to anchor the mind to the present. Meditation is the path to master the mind, observe, and let go of thoughts. Inner peace is unconditional and sustainable, independent of external circumstances. True happiness is a state of being that a person can cultivate, and it naturally radiates to the world. Part 5. Practical exercise and conclusion of the journey, anchoring peace in daily life. Having explored the entire philosophy, from Tensin's basic principles of kindness and connection to the liberation from the 3 poisons through the stories of Arjun and Emily, Part 5 is the final synthesis. This is not just a theoretical conclusion but a practical guide to transforming the teachings into action, helping the learner establish and maintain inner peace in the turbulent modern world. 1. The final guidance, a voyage on the ocean of existence. The teaching concludes with a highly evocative image. In the vast ocean of existence, each of us is a sailor seeking the safe harbor of true happiness and inner peace. Re-establishing the goal. This image reminds us that life is a continuous journey with turbulent currents, challenges, and suffering. The teachings and the Venerable Master are the compass guiding the way, but we must be the ones steering the ship, providing the tool to ensure the learner can navigate their own vessel. A simple, powerful, and highly applicable exercise is introduced. The practice of seeking inner peace through mindfulness meditation. This exercise is designed to connect with the inner self, calm the mind, and create a sanctuary of stillness. 2. Detailed exercise, inner peace meditation. This exercise synthesizes the elements of mindfulness, Part 3, and acceptance, Part 4. Divided into clear and easy-to-follow steps. Step 1. Setting the context, the sanctuary. Find a place where you feel comfortable, safe, and undisturbed. Posture. Sit comfortably, back straight, not stiff, hands resting gently on your lap. The upright Stable posture symbolizes alertness and readiness. Purpose. Establishing external stillness is the first step in creating internal stillness. Step 2. Deep breathing, releasing tension. This is the transition phase from a busy state to a meditative state. Practice. Inhale deeply through the nose, feeling the air fill your lungs and your abdomen expand. Then, exhale slowly through the mouth, accompanied by the intention of releasing all accumulated tension. Effect. Repeat 3 times. Deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, signaling the body and mind that it is time to relax and be safe. Step 3. Anchoring the mind, focusing on the breath. This is the core technique of mindfulness. Focus. Let the breath flow naturally, and your attention focuses entirely on the sensation of the air entering and leaving the nostrils or the movement of the abdomen. Handling distraktions. When the mind gets scattered by thoughts, emotions, or sounds, and this will inevitably happen, simply acknowledge, identify them, and gently bring your attention back to the breath. Do not judge yourself for being distracted. The act of returning the mind is the act of meditation. Step 4. Body scan, body scan. The body scan is a way to practice mindfulness on physical sensations and acceptance. Process. Slowly move your attention from the crown of your head down to your toes. Observe and release. Observe any areas of tension, discomfort, or even relaxation. As you exhale, imagine that you are releasing that tension. This helps connect mind and body and eliminates unconscious tensions often resulting from psychological anxiety. Step 5. Visualizing a place of peace, the soul's garden. Visualization is a powerful tool for creating a desired emotional state. Description. Imagine a place where you feel completely peaceful and happy. Beach, a secret garden, a mountaintop. Immersion. Use all your senses. Colors, sounds, smells, and sensations of touch. Allow yourself to feel the peace and serenity of that place. This creates a psychological safe room you can return to anytime. Step 6. Repeating the peace affirmation. Using affirmations is a way to program the mind toward positivity. Affirmation. Repeat silently in your mind a phrase that inspires stillness, e.g., I am at peace, stillness envelopes me, or I find serenity in every moment. Seating. Repeat with each inhale and exhale, feeling the affirmation sink deep into your being. Tensin's analysis of the seed of happiness. Step 7. Abiding in absolute silence. This is the peak of the practice where there is no effort or action. State. Stop all action, stop affirming, stop trying to visualize. Simply abide in the silence, savoring this moment of stillness. Feel the inner peace fill every corner of your being. Meaning, allow yourself to be present without expectation or haste. This is the direct experience of the unconditional state that Prince Arjun sought. Step 8. Gradually returning. Conclusion. When ready, gently move your fingers and toes. Slowly open your eyes. Sustaining. It is important to sustain this feeling of inner peace. Take a moment to appreciate this feeling before returning to daily activities. Peace should not be confined to the meditation time. 3. Summary of the entire journey. Happiness is a daily choice. The conclusion summarizes all the teachings presented through the stories of Tensin, Arjun, and Emily. Redefining happiness. True happiness is not an external thing or a distant goal, but a daily choice nourished by inner peace. The power of action and intention. Happiness comes from our own actions. Tensin, Principle 3, driven by gratitude. Principle 4, and self-care. Principle 5, psychological liberation. Liberation comes from identifying and letting go of the 3 poisons, lobha, dosa, moha, through mindfulness, Principle 6, and meditation, Principle 8, unconditional acceptance. Ultimate freedom and joy lie in the understanding and acceptance of life as it is, the lesson of Arjun and Emily. Durable happiness. Durable happiness is the result of continuously cultivating these positive qualities. Finding joy in simplicity, the fragrance of flowers, shared laughter, the peace of the evening. Living with a grateful heart. Maintaining a positive attitude even when facing challenges. Seeding, by cultivating kindness, compassion, and gratitude, we build a life full of meaning and contentment. 4. Final words, an invitation to community. The teaching ends with a call to action. Always remember, inner peace is not a destination, but a continuous journey nourished by moments of stillness and reflection.